New tonight, after visiting Mayfield, President Biden traveled about an hour east to visit another community hit hard by the storms. News 2's Chelsea Beimfohr was at Fort Campbell, where President Biden landed on Marine One after leaving Dawson Springs.
President Biden's visit to Kentucky began here at Fort Campbell this morning. He then traveled on Marine One to both Mayfield and Dawson Springs, Kentucky, where he visited with those hardest hit by the storm.
Home after home, torn apart by 100-mile-per-hour winds in Kentucky. Businesses ravaged, people dead, and many still missing.
We're going to get every single thing you need, and I'm going to make sure the federal government does what's needed.
Today, President Joe Biden vowing to help after walking through neighborhoods in Dawson Springs and praying with those suffering physical and financial loss.
We're going to get this done. I promise you. The governor's not walking away. Your county judge is not walking away. Your congressman's not walking away. No one's walking away. We're in this for the long haul.
President Biden also noting the federal government has already sent dozens of generators and thousands of meals to Kentucky this week. But now they'll foot the bill for the next 30 days, paying for things like debris removal, temporary housing, and first responder overtime.
There's a lot of post-traumatic stress that comes from lying in your house and all of a sudden the roof goes blowing off and you wonder whether your kids are around. I really mean it. You know, where the shock of losing a home and a business, the grief of losing someone, it's happening right before the holidays, as I said, and we're going to make sure that you have all the help you need, including the kind of mental help that's needed to help people through difficult times.
After spending hours on the ground today surveying that horrific damage, President Biden boarded Air Force One and headed home, leaving folks in Kentucky with a glimmer of hope for the weeks to come.
President Biden is back in Washington, D.C. tonight, but federal resources are now on their way here to Kentucky. Reporting at Fort Campbell, Chelsea Beimfohr, News 2.
President Biden also signed off on an emergency declaration earlier this week, which will provide federal funding to 9 Tennessee counties, including Dixon and Cheatham, where homes and businesses were also torn apart in those tornadoes.